Hey, it's Melanie. As you all know, I graduated from King's College London. This is me, enjoying that proud moment. And this is me too, back in 2019, when I flew to London for my master's. In this video, I want to share with you my journey as an international student studying in London. It might look like I have it all figured out. Believe me, I'm still far from figuring out. This road has never been easy, and there were lots of bumps on the way. I've learned so much during my time creating the life I want here. Let me show you what I learned along this journey. You will probably think the first thing I want to share is how much I've matured during this year. But to me, the first step of being mature was just being able to cook for myself. There was a time my mom kept pestering me about how I can't cook, and that was true. I didn't even know how to cook rice back then. I told her, "You don't have to worry about it. Once I'm in the UK, I'll learn how to cook. I'll take care of myself." And I did. If you really don't enjoy cooking and have loads of money, you can go to a restaurant or do takeaways for your every meal. But I couldn't afford that when living in London. So I told my friends that I freshly met I didn't know anything about cooking. Surprisingly, they didn't think I'm such a baby, but willingly taught me the dish they do the best. I started with having dinner with friends and flatmates, to being supervised while cooking awkwardly and unconfidently, to the point I can cook delicious food all by myself. When I was a student and didn't make much money to support myself, it was satisfying to have the ability to make a list, go grocery shopping, and actually cook some good food, feed myself. It's true that food brings people together. I had so much fun enjoying the food with all my friends. It was a blessing on that Christmas feast. I was really astonished by my Asian friends. They insist on recreating Asian food in London. They made miracles. I also enjoy exchanging authentic recipes with friends from different countries. Beginning with cooking, all things like living alone, tackling all the bills, and independence all came along. In Taiwan, we usually eat out because it's just so easy and affordable. But when living so far from home, cooking has allowed me to grow friendships and proved I can really take care of myself. Of course, I'm here to study digital marketing, and that's where the heavy academic stuff kicked in. I had 4 modules in each term, and I had an extra elective German class and was working as a part-time digital marketing ambassador. My schedule was pretty packed. I didn't go to pre-session, which was a short-term English course to boost academic English for non-native English speakers before the uni started. So I arrived at Gatwick Airport the weekend before the induction week began. First day! How exciting was that? I got my student ID, went on campus tour, talked to strangers and tried to figure out which country they came from, signed up for Taiwanese society event, interviewed to become a King's ambassador. Everything was so new. Everything was happening so quick. I did my best to try new things, go party, meet new friends, take the tube to uni, ever-changing weather, a classic trench coat, staying late in library. There's time difference to call family and friends back home. In the blink of an eye, everything started to feel like a routine. Digital marketing is a very big word. Anything you do in marketing nowadays could easily fall into the digital marketing field. It took me some time to really digest that and try a bunch of different stuff to figure out which part of digital marketing I like more and dislike less. Every week, the reading list from each professor was 3 to 4 chapters at least. There was no time to read them all. I learned how to skip most of it and grab the most important highlights out of the never-ending long text. Other than academic work, group project was a pain in the ass. Constituted of different nationalities, different backgrounds, and cultural differences, and different approaches just based on each individual. We found it difficult to reach agreements as a group. We worked together, studied together, brainstormed together, even argued with each other, and eventually we've become friends. In the last term, all the exams, essays, and presentations were finished. Now it was time to face our dissertation. I never knew I can do that much research on academic papers, and merged all that into my own work. I certainly learned how to reword some things at that time. Looking back, I honed my time management into personal skill and mindset to deal with pressure the most. When settling oneself in a new city, one would inevitably feel unsure of where is home. Maybe you can call it destiny, but I can always feel the calling of London. I love the big city's hustle and bustle. A girl from Taipei, which, if you know, isn't the most spacious of cities. London was actually not that crowded for me. It wasn't that fast paced for me. I really liked the way that so many big parks in central London, so it wasn't hard to get to nature. You really notice the season changes here too. It reminded me of the importance of time too. Always cherish every moment because I didn't know if London was temporary. The city has so many iconic landmarks. It was such a great mix of vintage and modern. There were countless museums, theaters, afternoon teas, and exhibitions. It was basically a combination of what I loved the most. I don't want to live anywhere else. I was very glad about my choice of studying here. Travel opens up one's horizon, that's for sure. I traveled to different destinations, and every time I returned to London, I felt a little sense of coming back home. In this 1 year master's life, most of the international students I know were busy traveling. We don't have an unlimited amount of time to go to different places in the UK, let alone many cities in Europe. And we don't want to waste that opportunity, especially we're now here. And we don't know what's the future hold for us. So I took the chance to see the world. I travel on long weekends or Christmas holiday and face a dreading final exam after that long holiday. Traveling can show you how big the world is, from how nature is so magnificent to how people are so different in their own culture. Travel allows you to see different places and experience different lifestyles. It makes you humble. It makes you understand yourself a little bit more too. I enjoy my solo trip, enjoy my holiday with friends, enjoy my friend visiting me in London, and we can explore more. In a mix of being a local and still a tourist. I always say I still want to be like a tourist, even to this date. I don't want to be bored in a city and feel like I'm so familiar with everything. I don't want to lose that excitement for new things.
Privileged woman!
And the people I met on this journey were the key things making it all so special. I'm always a people person, outgoing, extroverted. I like to meet new people and build relationships to expand my network. But a lot of people won't become your true friends. Making true, intimate friendship is all about showing real interest, sharing some passion and experience in life, and creating memories together. With each chapter life unfolds, there could be seasonal friends who will wave goodbye on good terms, and some will stay to become lifelong friends. I'm still too young to say who will really stay, but there is this deep down gut feeling saying that my friends are so kind, so thoughtful. Having those friends who really want the best for me and cheer the loudest for my every achievement is what I'm always grateful for. Sometimes life treats you like shit. That's how I felt when COVID became a serious global pandemic. COVID happened and is still here with us even a few years later. Everyone I knew was either on a plane flying back home or on their way to the airport. The student accommodation was empty, even the reception staff had left. I didn't get a chance to properly say goodbye to loads of friends. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I remember that fear when it was only me still living in an 8 ensuite room flat. Staying in a foreign country, thousands of miles away from family when the pandemic hit, wasn't the funniest thing I could ask for in my abroad experience. It was a life-changing point. It was very, very chaotic and strongly affected my mental health. Some of us were separated or reunited with our families. I was having a hard time, had the worst experience of being in high fever and waiting for an ambulance for 5 hours. I flew back and forth a couple of times, feeling very lost and deprived in some way, facing quarantine, loneliness, struggling with online exams and dissertation, and the big word, future. What am I gonna do? Loads of jobs closed because of COVID, not to mention I still had the working visa problem. But also, at the same time, the virtual internships thrived at that time. It wasn't the worst, even though it felt like the worst. I finished the online exams, I submitted my dissertation, and then I virtually graduated. So my master's life seamlessly transits to my professional life, as I only quit my internship after the day I found my first full-time job in London.
I got some really good news. We would like to make you an offer.
I learned to say yes to all the exciting opportunities. I learned to understand there are different possibilities to work in the UK. And I learned to embrace my own success. Even at that time, it all looked so minor.
You, who aspire to the highest quality in education and understanding, now stand with queens and princes and icons, kings in London. We all have a duty, a service to society. As an individual, you can inspire. Together, we can make a change.
Fast forward to the present time, in June 2022, I finally attended my graduation ceremony.
So you are now graduating from an institution that is formally recognised as part of a peer group of the most prestigious business schools across the globe.
It was a beautiful British summer day. I was wearing the graduate gown, walking up the stage, knowing my loved ones are sitting down there clapping for me, and my family are watching it live to celebrate my achievements. Graduation is like closure, saying goodbye to that messy but beautiful chapter and understanding there are more happiness, excitement, and also challenges ahead. I've realized I would never have everything figured out, but the beauty of life is we're always on the road. I will forever be thankful for making this life decision to come to pursue a dream in London. So here's to the class of 2020. Where is my babe? Hello? Hello?
Melanie, where are you?
Babe, Otta.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I can't see you.
I can't see you.
Find you.